In our community, tipping has changed drastically over the last few years.
I feel like tipping has gotten a little bit out of hand. People either tip way too much for the things that they're being given, or they don't tip at all, which isn't fair to the workers that are helping them.
These workers and the servers should be paid more so they're not relying on tips entirely for their wages so they can make a living out of it.
Willard business teacher Brett Lovekamp tells us the logistics of tipping.
I think tipping culture has, we've seen a shift over the last several years, I think due to the economy. A lot of businesses that are going to a tipping system, such as like you go to a coffee shop or a Subway or something like that, they've added that tipping option because they are trying to recoup some of the losses they may have, and they may not have some of those expenses built into their overall cost. A lot of employees that work at some of these establishments, they may be on a tipping salary and they may not be. But I feel like that we've seen a shift just due to the fact that we're trying to recoup some of those losses, and we're trying to add a little bit more to our top end when it comes to our overall profit.
I think most teenagers don't tip as much as they probably should, as compared to like older adults in different generations where tipping was customary. Well, one time I was doing a cart pushing, just like somebody's loading somebody's order up for them, and they handed me a $20 bill. And that was the most ever tip that anybody's ever given me, even though I don't work a job where I would get tips. And it kind of was weird that whole day, and I just walked around with a smile because somebody just had just had a good part of them and just tipped me 20 bucks.
Cadence Francis and Elizabeth Edgington tell us their opinion on tipping.
Workers should be paid higher wages just because not everyone has the ability to tip, and tipping is a very random thing. It's not set in stone every night that you work, and some people may rely on the tips that they make, which isn't fair if they don't make the same amount every night.
I feel like 20% tips are pretty average, but 30% is a little high. It's expected of like everyone to tip when, most of us are also minimum wage working teenagers who have no money. Servers, nail artists, hairdressers, anyone who has a job that it takes time out of their day, so should get tips.
This is Aiden Helms.
And I'm Garrin Rosebrough, and this has been
Tribal Studios.